And we're back. I ain't doing no fucking freestyles or none of that shit, cause I'm not in a good mood. Cause it's April 17th. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Yeah, I'm high, but I'm not happy. I had to pay my fucking taxes, and I found out that I gotta pay more than I did last year, which is fucking bullshit. Trump fucking lied to me. He's a little bitch. He told me that he was gonna lower the taxes. Well, he didn't tell me because I wasn't gonna vote for him anyways. But he promised, he ran on a campaign of paying less taxes or some shit like that. And I paid more taxes. He's a fucking liar. I can't believe that the commander in chief has lied to me. He has lied to the public, to the American public, and I'm distraught by it. I'm a seek legal counsel from the Relying Group, the same people who told me about mesothelioma, and I'm gonna get his ass. I'm gonna get whatever Stormy Daniels doesn't take. Dude, can you believe that he might actually be getting impeached for that shit? For the what the hell's it called? The obstruction of justice or something like that. Well, I don't know if he's gonna get impeached, but that's part of the investigation that Robert Mueller or whatever is having. Ever since I mentioned that name, him and Donald Trump, the CIA has bugged this podcast. Well, CIA, I would like to tell you to please subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Toker Talk Tuesday podcast YouTube channel, because I'm tired of only having 2 subscribers. We could, add 50% more subscriber if the CIA page joins. Dude, what if they actually do that? I'm gonna be fucking terrified, bro. I'm gonna burn my laptop. I'm gonna burn my fucking cell phone and shit like that. If tomorrow, after I post this shit up, the CIA fucking subscribes to my YouTube channel. I'm like, no, I knew it. I can't even tweet about that shit because they're gonna shoot me. They're gonna have some guy in a fucking Bush costume standing outside my house, and he's gonna shoot me. I don't know. But what the fuck was I talking about? Didn't I say something about Texas? Yeah, Texas. What the hell, man? Donald Trump said that he was gonna lower taxes, and I had to pay more. You know what? I actually did the math earlier, and I figured out exactly why I had to pay more taxes this year than I did last year. And I actually resolved it, and I was like, oh yeah, duh. But I don't know, that wasn't, if I opened up the podcast with that, I wouldn't have gotten your attention. Like, hey, I thought I was going to be paying less taxes, but turns out I ended up paying more in taxes, but I resolved it. It's not as funny as being like, Donald Trump, you fucking lied to me. But whatever. I had nothing to talk about, so I don't know. Yeah, God, why does my fucking podcast have to go to that jack off every fucking Tuesday? Why do I keep filling my fucking head with the stupid shit he does every fucking week? It's like a car crash whenever you see it, like, on the highway and shit like that. You get pissed off because there's all this fucking traffic because idiots want to stop and fucking look at the car crash. But by the time that you're fucking passing it by, you're looking at the exact same car crash and going just as slow. And that's Donald Trump as a president. I don't know, man. It's upsetting to talk about that's the world we're in. And it's crazy how much of the world really looks at us. And you don't notice how much they look at us until you see how dumb we can be perceived across the globe. I don't know. Did I have a point to this? Probably not. But I'm recording live from the old studio. No, it's not fixed. But I didn't feel like going over to my homeboy's house, DJ Rigo. Shout out to DJ Rigo if you're listening. I didn't know if he was working, and it was already getting late on Tuesday, and I had to file my stupid taxes because I wait till the last minute because fuck the IRS. What are they gonna use my money to fucking build a bomb to drop it on a fucking wedding? Fuck that. No, wasn't that? Never mind. Let me not fucking talk about that shit. I'm gonna fucking see a red dot on my chest. I'm like, hey, what's that? No, what was I? I had something to talk about just now too, and I forgot. What was I gonna talk about? Why am I asking that? Like, there's somebody here to fucking answer me. Oh yeah, I'm recording live from the studio. I didn't fix it, but I didn't feel like being inside the house. And oh yeah, DJ Rigo. Is that what reminded me of the Indian type thing? Because he kind of looks Indian or Buddhist. I don't know. That joke would be a lot funnier if y'all had video of it. And I know I said I was gonna get video. I was going to get video, but some shit happened, and I was unable to get the camera. Main thing being the IRS. I was like, fuck. I know these people are gonna fucking charge me. I have to pay to make money in the United States, and then I have to pay on the money I make, which is bullshit. That's why I could kind of understand why some people would be like, yeah, lower my fucking taxes. But there are some good things that taxes pay for. But you know what I would do if I ever have money? I'm going to donate to charities and shit like that. And I could choose the charities that, you know, go to, like books for children and shit like that, or computers for schools or some shit like that. Something that has to do with the kids. Because that's what we need to be worrying about. We're already fucked. We ain't got nothing going for us. Let's just fucking face it. Donald Trump's in office. This is the end of everything. We got to worry about the kids now. We got to start teaching them how to identify which berries are poisonous. We're going to have to teach them how to deal with snake bites and how to hunt elk and antelope like Joe Rogan does. Because society's over. We're fucked. And we deserve it. Because we didn't want to read any books. And we decided to pick on everybody that did read books. I never really picked on people who read books and shit like that. I like to read. And I remember whenever we used to sit in the little circles and shit like that and read, and everybody would have to take their turn reading, I would always read extremely fluently, and everybody would look at me because they didn't expect that from me. Probably because I was brown and they're racist, or probably because I dressed like a Lil Jon video. Either way, I read pretty well at school, and you could tell how good I read. Well, how well I read. I don't know. See, that's whenever I don't know fucking grammar. If it's written down on a paper, I can read it to you. But if I gotta sit here and form my own sentences, I'm gonna fuck up. There's no going around that shit. But yeah, I used to read pretty good. Why did I? Oh yeah, about reading. So I liked reading. That's what happens whenever you get high and you start talking in front of a microphone and you don't have any fucking plan. You just start saying shit and then you get lost in your own bullshit. But what I was saying was that I never used to make fun of the people that read because I like to read. But I never read like in public and stuff like that because people would always be I would be afraid of what people would say. Like, oh, look at this fucking weirdo, he's over here reading. That's the power of wanting to look cool whenever you're like fucking 12 and 13 and shit like that. It's like you don't do shit that you actually enjoy because you're afraid of what people will think of you. So you want to look cool, so you don't read at a fucking park whenever the day's nice. Holy shit, what happened with that? Did y'all hear that? I'm not gonna go check. That was just a fucking background noise to me. Whatever happened, happened. I'm indoors. That shit has nothing to do with me. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I would like to read like at a fucking park or something like that in front of a lake whenever the day's nice. But you can't even do that shit anymore. Not because somebody will read it or because I'm afraid that somebody is gonna like laugh at me or something like that. It's because somebody's gonna fucking kill you. There's some fucking crazy people out here nowadays. I just fucking kill people. I think. I don't really watch the news much, but I'm pretty sure there's been a couple people that have been killed pretty fairly recently, right? I mean, statistically speaking, there has to be some fucking people that died within that last sentence, whether it be by a train, whether it be me to the fucking engineer of that train. Right? That's what they're called? Because it's not a chauffeur. A chauffeur is the people that drive people around. What's the train? It's an engineer, right? Because the caboose is the back. Nah, I'm just fucking saying all the train terms that I know. There was railroad tracks. I don't know. I'm sorry. I need to stop clearing my throat. Let me clear my throat. Damn, man. I have nothing to talk about, people. I'm sorry. I should probably write something down. I should probably Google something. But you know what? I don't feel like it. What do I want to talk about? Drywall is funny? No. It You know what I want to do with my life? With my life, whenever it's all said and done. The thing that I want to do with my life is this. Let me clear my throat. That's all I want to do. Just show up at random people's houses and just, peek through their window. And it's going to be friendly. Be like, let me clear my throat. And they're all going to bust into song and dance. That's what I want to do. I want to achieve that level of notoriety. I would have to make an epic Vine video. No, not a Vine, because Vine's already deleted off the internet, right? They don't make Vine anymore. It's like Hot Topics. Do they still make Hot Topics? I should have said what? I can't even fucking talk anymore. I should have said, I forgot what I should have said now, because I fucked up with my speech. Whatever. Man, so I'm going to Austin, and I want to go visit this place called the Hamilton Pool, which is basically a sinkhole, and people can go swim in it. you could go hike down into the sinkhole, and it's water down there, and you swim in it, and it looks really nice. I've been wanting to go swimming lately because I hope it doesn't get cold whenever I go out there, because lately it's been hot, it's been cold, it's been hot, it's been cold. You don't know what the fuck is going on with that climate change anymore. Can't call it global warming, because then they're like, oh, well, what happens whenever it gets cold? Huh? Where's your fucking global warming then? Why did I sound like my uncle? Or my brother. My brother and my uncle both sound like that. You can tell whenever he's lying. What about you? He has this little it's kind of like a singy song type thing. What about you? How come you don't have any money? If you ever happen to meet my brother, you will know that that's a spot on impression of him. What was I talking about? Sinkholes, right? And going to swim in them. Yeah. I was gonna go to Austin, and I want to go out there and do some touristy shit, bro. Cause whenever I went to South by Southwest, I told y'all that I kind of only went to one bar, cause my cousin, she didn't really know much about South by Southwest. She never really cared to go. She's been in Austin all this time, and she's never wanted to go to South by Southwest. I was like, what? How can you not do that? But I didn't really go out to see Austin because I wanted to wait till that. I didn't want to be all dirty and shit like that, and then go to a bar or something like that and smell all hippie like. So hopefully this time around, whenever I go, I will see Austin a little bit more. If you guys have any tips on where I should go, please comment on the YouTube thing so I can know. If for some reason y'all happen to listen to this and y'all make it this far, I'd probably owe you $1. You should send me, what's it called? An email or a DM on my Google thing and be like, hey man, I listened to your podcast this far, you owe me a fucking $1. That's right now, that's good through, what's today's date? The 17th. So that's good for 2 more months. We're in April, May, June, right? So that's good until June 17th. Because it'll suck if for some reason this podcast takes off, or if something else happens and people start listening, and then I get a whole bunch of people being like, hey man, what happened to that $1 offer? You never had an expiration date on your $1 offer. That's a verbal contractual agreement. Cash at me. So yeah, that's only good for 2 months. If you happen to listen in between now and what's today's date? The 17th, June 17th, 2018. I'll send you $1. I used to always that used to be my answer to everything. My uncle would always ask them random questions like the what would you do if, and he'd always have some absurd situation. What would you do if a grasshopper came out and he started talking to you? Sometimes I wouldn't have any answer to that shit, so I would fucking just be like, I don't know, I'd give him $1. It'd mainly be human interactions, because under no circumstance would I give a talking grasshopper $1, unless he had a hat next to him and he was performing out in New York or something like that. Then I'd be like, all right, well, fuck it, I'll give this talking grasshopper $1, depending on what he's talking about. Because if it sucks, I'm just gonna go. If they're basic words, I'm not impressed. I need to be seeing a fucking grasshopper that speaks full sentences in order for me to be like, wow, I'll give him $1. But then I'd have questions for the grasshopper. Be like, how do you transport the hat? What do you spend your money on, grasshopper? Like, and where do you keep it all? Because I don't think Chase is gonna be giving the fucking grasshopper a bank account, right? You think he keeps it in his mattress? Does a grasshopper need a mattress? Do grasshoppers sleep? How do they sleep? Upside down like a bat? I would assume so. Because they got them long legs and shit like that. Speaking of bats, there's these bats out there, and I'm gonna say Brazil because I can't think of where I'm talking about, and I didn't actually pay attention whenever I seen this video. That there's this big mountain pile of fucking bat poo. It's bat boo boo. And these archaeologists or something like that were in awe of this mountain because they're like, how did this mountain form in this cavern and shit like that? It's incredible. And then whenever they want to go test it to see what it was bat boo boo. So they're over there looking at a mountain of turds, yeah. A mountain of turds. And they're like, wow, it's amazing. I don't know why I brought that up. You have no use for that information, and it had no context whatsoever. But now you know. Man, I'm thirsty. I'm really, really thirsty. But I don't want to stop talking. Well, I do want to stop talking, but I have a whole lot of time to fill. I don't even know how long I should have fucking pointed the laptop down a little bit lower so I could have been able to check the fucking the time on that shit. I can't even see. How did it go back up? That's crazy. I could have sworn I pointed it down, but I guess not. What was that? Yo, whenever I was setting up for the podcast, there was a fucking rat in here. I was like, go away, you demon rat. And that motherfucker climbed somehow onto, because the way this garage is built, it's got these little, it's a metal garage. So the sides, the backs, the roof is all that metal, like shed material shit. And somehow the fucking rat climbed up the metal wall, and he was on top of the little metal beams. I'd heard it, like something move inside the car that we have in here, and I was like, fuck, that's a rat. So I left the door open, and I didn't see him or nothing. But I was setting up, and midway through setting up, I see that fucker climb up somehow. I just see a little blur go from the bottom to the top little beam on top of the shed. And then he dashes to the right, and then he comes back across the little metal, the little metal beam. And there's some little insulation panels in here that are like, they're scarce. There's like a couple along the edges. There's like some in the middle. They don't really make any sense. So he climbs in between the metal what the fuck's it called? I don't know, the little metal shit and the insulation, and he's there and he's just chilling. I'm like, what the fuck? How's this insulation holding up this big ass fucking rat? The motherfucker was the size of a house cat. He's a big ass fucking rat. How is this insulation holding that shit up? But maybe I'm focusing on the wrong things. So I opened the door, and then I opened the garage like the actual garage door. And then I get this little shovel type thing we have, and I start poking at the insulation, like kind of trying to bring it down. And he notices what I'm doing, and then he gets back on the metal beam, and then he runs across the metal beam to the other side of the garage. And on the other side of the garage, I guess the guy before was trying to make like a little painting booth, and he put some little fucking plywood shit. So on top, in between the beams and the metal shit, I know what it's called, but I can't. The siding, that's what it's fucking called. The metal siding. On that shit, on the other side, it has plywood. So he ran to the other side, and then he fucking came and he crawled in that shit, yo. And I'm terrified because I think a rat's gonna come up here and he's gonna try to eat me butthole first. I don't know if rats do that, but I'm terrified because I'm sitting in one of those little lawn chairs that the people get for their kids' soccer games and to go sit at the park and shit like that, the little folding chairs. And I'm not gonna lie, my butthole feels kind of vulnerable right now. That rat comes over here and he just takes a bite, I'm done for. I think I'm gonna pass out and, I'm a goner. Speaking of Conor McGregor, that fool, he fucking broke a bus's, what's it called, glass, a window glass. Like a bus is over here just fucking drinking whiskey on the rocks. No, he broke the fucking window on a bus. I almost said glass again. He broke the window on the bus because, from what I'm reading in people's comments, it's the person that was in that bus had assaulted one of his fighters or some shit like that, and he wanted to fight him or something like that, and he got on the bus or whatever. But still, like, that's kind of stupid. Like, you're worth a lot of fucking money. Why are you gonna break some fucking window on a bus? Like, just park in front of them and then make them get out. Like, you should have plenty of cars. I don't think a bus is gonna hit your Rolls Royce, because you don't want that on your insurance. You know how much fucking money your insurance is gonna have to pay out to fix a fucking Rolls Royce? A lot. And Geico's not gonna want that. That little lizard's gonna be like, fuck you, mate. That's what he's gonna say. Why is my phone vibrating? But yeah, man, he fucking broke a window, and I'm wondering, like, because I don't follow MMA shit that much. Like, sometimes I'll fight it if, the energy's there. Or if I hear, friends like, oh, it's going to be a really good fight. Sometimes if I have the time, I'll watch it. So I don't know how often Conor McGregor actually gets knocked out. Is that like concussion behavior? Because don't you get more aggressive whenever you have like a concussion or something like that? Don't you start like wanting to, beat up your wife and shit like that? And fight your dogs against each other? Kill them? Is that Mike Vick? Am I just describing a football player? Is that sportist to generalize that all football players beat their wives and fight dogs and kill them? I don't know. Or maybe it is something to do with mental health, man. The fucking brain's crazy. Like, if you fuck up one part of it, you could be, like, bad forever. Like, it doesn't even have to be something major. Like, if you get, a nail in it, like, just one little nail, you could, forget algebra. You won't know how to multiply shit. All of a sudden, you can't recognize the color blue. Like, all because one fucking nail went into your head. It doesn't even have to be a big nail. It could be like one of those carpenter nails, the ones that they use for cabinets and shit like that, or the siding, the molding, the trim, the ones that go in the little guns. That's not how it sounds at all, but y'all get what the fuck I'm talking about. It's more like a doom, doom. Why am I making sound effects? When the fuck did I become Bismarcky? But yeah, man, the fucking brain's crazy. Football players are crazy. How does that become a multi-million billion dollar fucking industry? Is watching guys fight over a lemon shaped ball in tights. Like, how does that... Why are we so attracted to random shit like that? Like fucking sports. All of them have so much money involved in that shit. It's like athletics. Is that still our monkey instinct, is to, praise and uphold the fittest monkey? Like all the athletes and shit like that, they're supposed to be like the best specimen for humans, right? So is that still like the monkey in us? We still want to cheer on the biggest and toughest and most agile monkey? Now that I'm saying that and I'm thinking about it, I'm really hoping that shit's not misconstrued as racial shit. Because I'm talking about sports and them, being the most celebrated, whatever. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm saying, like, is that the monkey brain in us? That we still got to celebrate the toughest and the strongest people that we have. Like, these are our toughest and biggest and fastest and most aggressive people that we got. Let's give them $20 million. Why is that? Why do we gotta fucking celebrate that shit? Like, why are humans always attracted to sex too? Like, what is it about sex that, everybody wants it? Like, people will even fucking do horrible shit for sex, bro. Like, they'll rape people. Like, they will have... Sorry, I had to stop because I thought there was somebody outside. Who the fuck is out there, man? Or is it that rat? I'm closing my butt cheeks. It is that rat. No, man, but why the fuck are people so attracted to sex? Like, people need it so much that they'll go to jail for it. Like child molesters, all that shit, bro. Like, people want what they want sexually so much that they're willing to ruin their whole fucking lives for it. For, what? A wet hole. It's crazy. I have no point to this. It was just, I don't know, I thought I'd point it out. I'm pretty sure you already know. But if y'all didn't, now y'all know. It's because it's Tuesday. God damn it, it's Tuesday. Hold up. It's Tuesday. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna edit none of that shit out. I'm gonna let y'all hear me space out and then try to recover from that like I wasn't just checking my phone. That's terrible. How are you gonna do a one-man podcast and then not even pay attention? You're a fucking jackass. Yeah, man. You know what? I was reading into it and I was thinking like what would I have to do to pay less in taxes, or how can I need to start looking into that. Like, how much, if you give money to a charity, how much of that can you write off on your taxes? I know that's bad, but I would rather know where my money is being allocated to than going into these fucking senators that keep voting to put lead in Flint, Michigan's water into their pockets. I don't want them fuckers to have my money. I don't want any of my money to go to them fucking assholes, or to pay for their fucking jet plane to go into fucking Hawaii with their 18 security guards, like that asshole, whatever the fuck his face is. Did y'all hear about that? That there's this guy that fucking, I can't even remember his name, and I wish I would have paid attention so I could tell it to y'all, and then y'all could like tweet him and be like, hey, you're a bitch or something. And he fucking took like who knows how many tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of tax dollars to pay for his private plane because somebody yelled something at him one time at an airport and he was upset by it. They're like, yeah, you fucking idiot. It's because you're using fucking hundreds of thousands of tax dollars to avoid a fucking couple of words, you idiot. That's why people are upset about you. Be a fucking man about your job, you jackass. Why am I so angry? I don't even know the guy. But I do pay fucking taxes, and fuck that guy, man. Fucking bitch. But he he did that shit. How much money can I, if I don't, there goes that little fucking rat again. Hey, you little bitch, get away from here, motherfucker. I knew that little fucker was gonna be back. I have a picture of you. Look, you know what? I'm gonna do it on my Snapchat too. It's like, I see you, you bitch ass rat. I fucking see you, you bitch ass rat. You bitch ass rat. Sorry, I shouldn't be doing that shit. And what's it called? I fucking see you. See, you're already probably tired of my voice. I'm tired of my voice. I've been talking for like an hour. Hold on, you guys are gonna hear me fend off this fucking rat. Hey, go away, rat. That's me fending off a fucking rat. Go away, rat. Nothing else. I'm just hoping he understands English and just kind of like, oh, well, I mean, he is recording a podcast. But no, he's grooming himself. You know what? It's going to be the Toker Talk Tuesday podcast featuring a fucking rat. Because this motherfucker's not going anywhere. And hopefully he doesn't try to go into the car. Because I will punch him on the head. Hopefully he doesn't try to bite me. Or eat me butthole first. As long as I can see him, I know that my butthole's safe. Hey, this motherfucker eating the cables and shit like that. Okay, that was me fending off a rat. And he ran away like a little bitch. He ran off like he was a creature 1/80th my size. What's the human rat ratio? Like for inch, you know how they have like the model cars, to where it's like every 16 inches is to every 9 centimeters or something like that. How do you think would stack up to a rat? Oh, you wait. Like, how do you think if there's if a rat was human size, proportionately, how big do you think it would weigh? Do you think it'd be able to beat Floyd Mayweather in a fight? Because I think rats have thumbs, don't they? I always see them picking up shit. And they're eating it. Like, motherfucker, this bitch got thumbs. He could play Nintendo 64 with the joystick in the middle. That was the stupidest fucking design ever. Like a joystick. It was like a... It looked like a trident. Like fucking that Greek god, was his name? Pegasus? Or was Poseidon? It looked like Poseidon's trident. And that's exactly what it was shaped like. It had like 3 little prongs. And then the one in the middle was a joystick. And then if you wanted to switch to the D-pad, you had to move your thing over. I think that's probably what killed Nintendo as a gaming console, was that stupid design for the Nintendo 64. And nobody wanted to take them serious after that. They're like, yeah, fuck that. Nobody's gonna keep moving their hand back and forth mid-game. But I'm sorry, I was going with the good rhythm and shit like that, but now I'm all paranoid because I seen that rat's not going anywhere. And, you know, like, I'm very cautious about my anus. That's gonna be the name of this podcast. The rat's gonna eat my butthole. I wonder how many people are gonna... Dude, what if this is the one that fucking goes viral and I'm like, hey, I'm gonna give you guys $1 from now through June and shit like that. Maybe I should name it something less encouraging. Where the fuck did that motherfucker go? Watch him crawl up like behind my shoulder like some corny, scary movie. Just and he fucking comes up behind me with a knife. Because he's a rat serial killer. What if he's really nice? What if I'm judging the rat? You know? What if I just approach him in a more calm manner and he gives me dap? And, you know, he pulls out a blunt and he's like, hey, I know you almost dry right now. Let's, you know, smoke this blunt with me, homie. I'm like, oh shit, rat. That's fucking amazing. This some good weed, rat. Where the fuck you find this? He's like, you can find anything whenever you can crawl into small places, G. I'm like, oh shit. This rat's gangster. And then he, you know, he sells me a couple grams. And then, you know, he tells me about how he started selling weed because his dad walked out on him whenever he was just a little pinky. And for those people that don't know, pinkies are what they call like the little baby rats that they sell at PetSmart or some shit like that, so you could feed your snakes and shit like that. They're called pinkies. That's probably what happened to his fucking dad. Was, you know, oh no, never mind, because you have to be a baby. Maybe that's how he got separated from his dad. And he escaped. He's like, nah, ain't no fucking snake gonna eat me. And whenever he was just a little baby pinky, he tricked the snake because he painted a boulder pink, and he got the snake to eat the boulder, and he couldn't digest it, so the snake got constipated, and then he just got really fat, and he looked like a inflated balloon. You know those ones that you use to make balloon animals? Ironically, he looked like that. Whenever I have those, I always tell people, like, look, like the little balloons that you make a balloon animal. It's like, look, this is my balloon animal. They're like, you didn't do nothing to it. I'm like, that's because mine's a snake. Yeah. But, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah, that rat. That bitch ass motherfucker, where's he at? The fucking. Dude, that's just crazy. I don't know where. He's probably just cold. It's been cold lately. I'm paranoid, yo. I'm seeing shit. I'm like, hey, man. I seen the little shadow move. It was probably even me. I wonder how long that rat has been living here. Do you think he's been here longer than me? He's like, who the fuck is this human motherfucker that keeps coming into my fucking house? Keeps making all this goddamn noise and keeps throwing shit at me. I need one of those smoke bombs. Hopefully you'll fumigate him out of here to where you won't want to come back. But go away, mousy. Rat? What's the difference between a mouse and a rat? Rats have those ugly tails, right? Because this one's kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of a cute mouse, rat, shrew type fucking vermin. I don't know what he is. Rodent? What's the technical term for him? What's the name of that species or that genre of species? Genre, like it's a fucking rock or something, of that category of species. Vermin? The fuck? See, man, I can't even do my podcast right because I'm over here looking out for a fucking rat and shit. I'm like, hey, man. I'm probably really paranoid because I'm high too. Could be it. But how long do I got? Hold on, I'm gonna check the time. You know what? This one's gonna be a short podcast because I'm scared for my life. Mainly my butthole. But I will be signing off. This has been the Toker Talk Tuesday podcast featuring a rat. Hopefully that motherfucker don't come back out though. Goodbye.